the second night of a back-to-back with your boys, Mike and Mish. What's up, dude?
Hey now.
Yo, what's in the coffee cup, Mike?
It is just a holiday blend with no alcohol inside of it.
Oh,
Huh?
dude,
Look at that.
this. You know what I got?
Who's the master?
I've been drinking like fucking anti-inflammatory and like stress-free tea or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, this is how old I am. I feel I turned 41 4 days ago and I'm drinking anti-inflammatory tea. How lame has my life got?
You know, funny thing, when we went to get our periodic health assessment with the military, this was like the 4th year in a row where I had super high blood pressure. It was 145 over 95. I mean, if people know
Holy
blood pressure,
shit, did they put you on fucking
that
meds?
shit was high as hell. So they're like, oh, you got to do this, and that, right? And I'm like, but it's fine everywhere else I go. It's only here with the military when I do this. Everywhere else, it's fine. So I started using the cuff because now I'm fucking getting old. So I had to make sure that I don't have high blood pressure and watch my sodium, which I don't want to do. So basically, long story short, I checked that shit like fucking 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
for 2 days, it was kind of high. It went down, and then it went down. It was like 118 over 78. You know, like it just keeps going down. I don't have high blood pressure. Dude, it's the goddamn military that does that shit to me.
It's drill weekends, man. It's fucking ridiculous. And you know what? Soon enough, we'll be out of that shit, and we won't have to do it no more. Hey, we got our first guest in the guest room right now. We're gonna bring him in a minute, but before we do, of course, we got to watch the best commercial ever made, and we got to shout out our sponsors. Here we go.
Norcom Mortgage and Michael Mish are delivering the American dream to those who serve America, helping veterans obtain the dream of home ownership. They offer programs that include no money down, no first-time homebuyer requirement, 100% cash-out refinances, rehab loans. They can help you purchase a home, purchase a condo, refinance an existing mortgage, create a dream home with rehab loan. To learn more, visit www.michaelmish.norcommortgage.com or call 860-884-2103.
Every fucking dude.
That makes me laugh so hard.
To learn more. I love to learn more.
To learn more.
Anybody wants a commercial made, I know the guy who does the voice of that video.
I might just start doing voiceover.
And on top of that, we got to shout out our Guerrilla Warfare Apparel sponsor. Here we go, GuerrillaWarfareApparel.com. Check us out. Go to the website. Use the promo code Mike and Mish. Get 15% off your purchase. I got a shirt on. Mike's got a shirt on. He's holding up a shirt. Look at this. We're laced up. Go Sylvester shirt. That's pretty cool. He's got another one. Look at this. You got a jug. The Lorenzo Juggernaut Hunt hoodie. Ah, dude, look at that thing. That thing is sick as hell. Elvin Brito needs one of those hoodies.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of Elvin Brito, we got him coming on the show right now, followed by Sam Alvey, who just signed to the same GOAT Combat agency that represents Elvin. Both of those fellas are heading to Moscow. We are going to talk to him about that right now. Our good friend from Puerto Rico, our boy, Elvin Leon, El Bandido, Brito. What's up, brother?
Guys, what's up, man?
What's up? Hey,
sorry
Elvin.
about the dark background. It's 10 o'clock over here. The kids are sleeping, wife's in bed, so I'm outside.
I feel like you're lit up pretty good.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I got light. You know, I still got a little we had some late training, so I got a little post training. Still got the buzz going. Hopefully, I don't crash on you.
You're at home right now?
Huh?
You're at home?
Yeah, I'm outside. Yeah.
So Puerto Rico is not on Eastern Standard Time?
No, we don't do daylight savings.
Oh, that's right.
We're getting
it's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock out here.
We're getting rid of it after this year. We put the clocks ahead, and that's it. It's over.
Yeah, I heard there's like a slight spike in heart attacks during the transition. Like,
is there?
Pancreas or something like that.
I don't know if you heard us talking before you came on, but Mike was on the verge of a heart attack last weekend, apparently.
Yeah, it might have been from the daylight savings switch.
Yeah. Dude. No, it's that damn military gonna kill me.
That's right.
What's up, guys? It's a long time no see, man.
What the hell you been up to, Elvin? What have you been up to?
I've been training, man. Like, you know, I did Lorenzo's training camp. And after that, I got back home and I've been training this whole time. I mean, they told me, I mean, they've had me waiting. You know, I could have fought the next week after my last fight. So like, they had me waiting to go and till February. I think Knuckle Mania. They have a tentative opponent. I can't announce anything, but yeah, I do plan on fighting bare knuckle. I've been training. I was just hoping something happened, came down the pipe. So I've been staying on it. You know, I've been dealing just like everybody else. You know, stuff that's beyond your control and everything. But you know, I'm a champ, so I'm just been working and I had something fall on my lap. These guys want me to go out there and box. You know, and it's a great opportunity for me to kind of expand myself to a whole new audience, and I could, you know, I've always been a great striker. Everywhere I go, I'm a world class guy. Everybody that trains with me, you know, that's the reason people come train with me. But anybody that trains with me, anywhere I went, they know that I'm a world class striker. I'm a world class boxer, and it's going to be the same thing in Russia. This guy that I'm fighting is a champ too. He's really good, and he's fought a lot of guys there in their little spot, and but the best guy to fought.
How did the opportunity to fight in Russia come about? Like, where did the offer come from, and how did it happen?
Well, it's hardcore boxing. You know, they got a lot of different stuff they do. They like my style. They like how I fight. They like how I bring it. You know, they love the promos out there. You know, and they like the Puerto Rican style, and it's a little bit different than Russia. And you know, they got a lot of beasts out there, and you know, we're beasts too, which is a different kind of beast, and it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be a good mix. I think they're gonna like me out there because I'm bringing the fight. I'm coming to win, you know. And these guys, I plan on upsetting these guys, and I plan on doing the same thing that I do with everybody else, make it look easy.
Now, this is your pro boxing debut. Is it your opponent's pro? You said he's a champion.
We're both bare knuckle guys.
Okay.
We're both doing our pro boxing debut. You know, and it's this boxing debut, you know, fell on my lap at a perfect time. It was an easy adjustment for me to train us 6 rounds. And, you know, when I trained the Roy Jones seniors for a long time, I trained the judging with the judging boys and everything for a long time, for a couple of years. And they always told me that I was in the wrong sport, that I should have been boxing. I could have been a champion a long time ago. And so it's kind of cool. You know, it reminds me of the old boxing days. It's just you know, the grinding days, getting the headgear on, it's just going round after round after round. And it's something that we're used to. And like I said, I'm world class, and I'm actually looking forward to going out there to Russia and, you know, showing what I do.
Have you changed the way you're about to fight you're going to box a bare knuckle fighter in boxing? Yes. Have you changed your style at all for glove boxing?
I have a unique style that works, I mean, for anybody. But boxing, glove boxing gives you the opportunity to do different things. You know, you can work the inside more. You know, you could stay in the clinch more and work, you know, and really just grind out some good rounds in the clinch. And there's opportunities to work and just push out some really nasty rounds and just you know, get tired and get in the trenches. That's what boxing is about. Boxing is more of a battle of wills. I mean, it's perfect for me. I'm a game fighter. I'm a game day guy. You know, the biggest thing is the trip to go out there, and I got plenty of time to recover, and I'm coming to win, and it's going to be a great platform for me to expand my fan base and to come back and be ready just in time for nothing. It's going to be great. Dude, I'm taking it real serious, and it's a great opportunity, so I'm not taking anything lightly, and I'm coming to win. You know,
that Palomino fight that you last fought in was back in June, man. That's a long break for you.
That's a long time waiting, man. Especially a guy like me, you know.
Yeah.
My last fight, like I said, every time I watched that fight, I just, you know, there was minutes that went in that fight where I wasn't getting hit, and I look at the progression of my career in bare knuckle. To me, that was my best performance to date. I don't give a fuck what the Florida judges say. To me, I'm a champion. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to come back. I just, people, I don't know. It's like try to find like that fight never happened. You know, like I'm still here. You know, I'm not going anywhere. You know, I'm still gonna contend for the belt. at some point that belt's gonna have to move around at some point, and I'm still gonna be around. So I'm looking forward to see how that turns out and how that. But all I've been doing is there's a lot of things that are beyond my power. I can only do so much as a fighter, but I could be ready. And one thing, that's why people come and train out here with me. You know what I'm saying? We train harder than anybody else, and I'm ready to jump on right now. If I get called for a bare knuckle fight, I'll be ready.
So we talked. We talked to Palomino recently before his fight that just happened this past weekend, and he was not too happy with you. I can tell you that right now. I'm sure you're probably aware.
They don't like me.
He said that you will not be getting a rematch. He does not like you too much. He had a couple of choice words, and he basically said you're gonna have to fight a couple of people before you can fight me again. What do you say to that?
They don't want nothing to do with me. Palomino, like el mono sabe el trapo, el palo que trepa. That's what they say over here. Like, the monkey knows that the tree is climbing. Like, they don't want to fight with me. I already beat his ass last time we fought, and it was an easy fight. It was my best performance, and all you gotta do is look at the punch count and just go watch the fight. It was beautiful. I really don't care what they say. I wasn't gonna say anything. It's just the fact that they pretended that wasn't a controversial fight. They tried to bury it. It was actually pretty awesome that they showed it at the last BKFC because, a lot of people it was the first time they even saw that fight. It wasn't, so it was, but like I said, I'm not impressed. I'm still consider myself the best, and I'm ready to prove it whenever any of you guys are ready. You could dance around all you want, try to play around, because it's funny because like this guy would rather do anything but defend his 165 belt, because if you just defend the 165 belt, you're gonna have to either deal with me or with Tierney, and we're both the real title contenders in 165, and both of us are gonna beat his ass. Whoever it is gonna get either I'm gonna beat his ass again or Tierney's gonna beat him. We're too big, too strong for him.
Well, we were kind of recapping the last event last night before our guest came on, and that was a big question for us. Like, what the hell do they do with Palomino next? Like, we were trying to figure out who makes sense for him. And Turney,
I don't make sense for him. I understand why I don't make sense for him, because I get it.
Yeah. So Connor Turney does make sense, though. I think that would be a cool fight.
Tierney would be great. Tierney, he's earned it. He's the ex champion in Britain. I want to fight him for the belt, but if we're not fighting for the belt, then you don't got to fight him for the belt. He got the belt.
I thought
give that shit up, because if not, I'm fighting. I'm not going anywhere. You could dance around the bush and pick easy fights and try to dance around, but I'm here.
I thought that maybe Turney was going to make his way to Puerto Rico, because the Puerto Rico BKFC was announced, and I was like, Elvin's going to fight on that card if they go there. I mean, if you didn't, that would be a goddamn travesty. I mean, I couldn't imagine you not being on the first card for BKFC in Puerto Rico.
We got a great following on here. I went out to some pro fights this last weekend, and as soon as I walk in the stadium, I got Bandido, and so people are ready for it. I've talked to the commission. I said I've done my part to get bare knuckle to Puerto Rico. I can only do so much as a fighter, but I'm always ready to fight, and that's we're in the jungle out here working with the best guys, and we're the best too. So we're still, I'm still here. I'm still training, and I'm ready to go. I'm fighting this Christmas. It's a special Christmas gift for me. I get my boxing debut. It's a big thing for me because I've always been a boxer in MMA. I'm a striker. I just have a great style for it. And so I've always had that potential. You could say it's a little late, but the rules of boxing have changed a little bit. The terrain is different than it was 20, 30 years ago. Now we could do boxing, and if I do good and I go out there and I show great potential, I have the possibility to advance and do some big fights, super fights, special stuff all over the world.
Yeah, it's not like back in the day where you needed 25 fights under your belt before you even get talked about.
Bandido is the bare knuckle champ. I'm smooth. I got my style. Puerto Rico, I'm novel. We're bringing it, and it doesn't matter what sport it is. We're gonna, we're coming. You know, we're world class.
Elvin, I've been seeing some of the stuff that you're posting. You look like you're in phenomenal shape. Would you say like you're in some of the best shape you've ever been in your life right now?
Yeah, you know, I'm not slowing down. I'm only getting better and stronger. And we changed the routine because like I don't want to plateau. So I've been doing a lot of full motion. We're doing a lot of weightlifting and just stuff, strength and conditioning stuff that's not gonna make me like, you know. But
I was just gonna ask you. I wanted to ask you, do you feel stronger now? And the reason why is because there is a real thing.
Ask anybody that's part of me.
Yeah, you know that old man strength is real. And now that you're past 35 years old, you're
37. You know, all the 37. But that's like I said, I always tell.
That's real shit.
But as soon as like the bell rings, as soon as the kid don't start, I'm like a baby, you know, in the garden. I'm happy. I'm fucking limbo. I'm ready to go, and I'm sneaky. And I love being in there. And I can get in the trenches, get super tired, and still throw fucking lead and throw hard. And you gotta respect me, you know. If not, I'll hurt you.
It's weird, you know. Once you know, when you're growing up, things that piss you off just piss you off. But after you're 35, things that piss you off turn into old man strength.
Yeah.
It stays in your body. You can't see it. You can't see it, but it's there.
No, it's there. Yeah.
That's
especially
hilarious.
if you put
That's
your
the one good thing about being
old. It's the mileage, you know. It's not the years, it's the mileage.
Have you had Juggernaut down there helping you train for this guy in Russia?
No, he hasn't been here since his fight. He's been busy, you know. But we did do an awesome training camp while he was here. I mean, we were grinding. You could ask him. We were training almost every day till he couldn't train no more. Like he was literally like we trained, so he was just trying to push to the next level, you know. And it was good because in that fight, even the way we were sparring, in that fight, he was able to go deep into the rounds, getting you know, to get hit a couple times, and then just. You know, he kept peaking towards the end. You know, it was great. But I got off that training camp. We got done with Lorenzo, but I knew something was gonna come. It's just too long. There's no way I'm gonna wait till February. If I'm a fighter, I have to fight. You know, so I knew something's gonna come. I'm just ready for any opportunity. You know, fell in my lap. It's great, and it's just in time for Christmas to come back home and whoop some ass for Knuckle Mania. I get to be in Knuckle Mania. And I'm going to do something special for Knuckle Mania. It'll be awesome.
Now, you said that you had a fight lined up for Knuckle Mania. You can't say any...
Nah.
You can't say anything else besides that. Can you, like, give us a hint? Is it somebody that I've been asking to see you fight for a while? Can you give us that?
You know, it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be worthy of Knuckle Mania because it's a style thing, you know. And then the way that I fight, you watch my punch count, you know, you watch my last fight, you watch my fights, I lay it on really thick, you know. It's a lot of punches, a lot of movement, a lot of stuff, and it's gonna be Knuckle Mania for sure.
Well, Zion Tomlinson threw out somebody. He said, "What about Gogo?"
Oh, Gogo would be awesome. You know, I like Gogo. He's an up guy. You know, he's doing great. You know, he's doing great. It's whatever they want because it ends with me. The doing great shit ends with me because it's a whole different level of competition. I'm not the garbage who's been fighting. I'm elite level. It's gonna be different, you know.
I like that quote.
You know
the doing great shit ends with me.
You're doing great. It ends with me, bro. So you guys gotta pick your thing. You know, it's gonna get ugly if you go.
Elvin,
you could ask anybody who's fought me in bare knuckles. It's gonna take you a little bit to get better.
I got a couple questions. So to take this fight in hardcore, does that mean that are you on a multiple fight contract with BKFC?
This doesn't intervene with my bare knuckle contract. You know, we have
freedom to go
a pretty good relationship with. They told us that as long as it's blood fighting, it won't interfere with our bare knuckle fight. Because I'm not fighting bare knuckle for anybody else because I fight bare knuckle. I have a contract with BKFC. Okay. I'm a bare knuckle fighter at BKFC. That's where I'm from, and I'm going out there representing BKFC, so I better fucking do good. You know what I said? But I said I'm world class, and this is a great opportunity for me to open up a new audience, and I know I'm not going to disappoint, and because I know the work that I've been doing. So,
my next question was: do you still possess? Are you still the Police Gazette 165-pound champ?
Yeah, it's just, you know,
There's a real
I'm hoping
funniness
that
going on with that.
I don't know if I'll be able to defend it in time. You know, right now I'm still the Police Gazette champ. I haven't been able to defend it in time. You know, I wasn't talking anything, but like after my last fight, I just pretty much let it be. You know, I went to Belfast in my thing, but then um, Palomino was like, "Oh, Elvin, you know, he's talking shit about me because I didn't give him the Police Gazette belt." I'm like, "Bro, like, you really think you deserve the Police Gazette belt? Like that, you know, really?" And the thing is if you, I was like, "That's a great excuse for a rematch. We try to figure it out. We'll make a deal. You know, you can work with your boys in Miami, and I'm sure you guys can figure it out." And sure, we'll do the rematch right there in the cesspool over there with you guys if you want. I'll beat your ass again over there. It don't matter, you know. It's a great excuse, and really, he needs to fight me again if he wants to be a 165 champion, because it only makes sense. We should have already had a mini rematch. I don't know what's going on. I know they don't like me because I don't think he beat me. I think he knows that I beat him anyway. You know, I don't care. He knows. You know, he's a fighter. He's been fighting for a long time. So, I said, el mono sabe para lo que trepa. So it's just I'm letting everything fall into place, and I'm only what I can do, and what's within my power is what I'm patrolling. I'm getting better. I'm getting stronger. I'm getting ready. I'm ready to do the same thing that I've been doing. My next fight, I'm going to be better than my last fight. So I'm not slowing down.
So the Police Gazette belt, now it has to be defended within 12 months of you getting it? Is that how that works?
8 now.
8
You know,
months.
they could, if the Police Gazette, because the Police Gazette, they're you know, they're more like an observance, you know, more than a commission. They have to be an observance of a fight for it to count as a Police Gazette belt, and so they have to be there.
Yeah.
So if
and
they decide
with whatever's going on,
right? If right now they decided that somebody else that qualifies in their eyes is a 165 Police Gazette belt, then I have no choice but to let them do it. You know, it's not my belt. I'm the champion, but I have to defend the belt. So I understand how it goes. I'm not mad about it. It is what it is. It's just the belt. The belts don't mean anything. You know, the belts are for you. The belts aren't for me. I'm a champion. It doesn't matter what you think, especially, you know, most people don't know anything about fighting. So like,
yeah,
why would I care what you guys say?
You know, going back to the BKFC allowing you to do, I love that they do that, because like they just let Jay Fish take an MMA fight, like you're fighting, you're boxing. That is very cool.
I love fighting. I love boxing.
Yeah, so I love the fact that they allow you guys to do that shit.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I'm glad, you know. I'm glad they're letting us do it, and it only makes sense, and it's not going to intervene or anything. And I think it's pretty obvious that I love fighting BKFC. I've been in BKFC since BKFC 3, you know, and I fought in the first, you know, I fought when nobody else wanted to fight, you know. I fought even in the COVID fights, the first fight back, and never had any excuses, you know.
So, what do you think about going to Moscow, Russia?
It's very interesting.
I would say. What do you think?
I think that really the most important thing is the trip. Is just to stay focused. I like to be respectful of culture. I learned a couple little words, nothing too big. You know, just like hi, or, you know, please and hello, and, you know, good morning, good evening, and stuff like that. Nothing too big, but at least, you know, try to be respectful of culture. Enjoy my time there, but stay focused on what I'm doing. You know, I'm there to work. You know, so I'm gonna enjoy the moment, do my work, put my performance there as El Bandido, and you know, do it. I want them to love me. You know, it's gonna be Mount Apple and Russia, Puerto Rico. I'm representing my people, and I'm representing you know, we're Western bare knuckle, and I'm the best 165er around right now. So I have to go out there and show them why I'm, you know, why I'm that good. And really, the trip is one of the biggest things. But I think as long as I make it there in time, I have enough time to recover, and I'll be ready to fight and perform.
Just no vape pens in your bag in the airport.
Right?
No, be careful.
We're out of war criminals to trade, man. We don't have anybody else.
It's almost, you know what? It's funny because that trade they did. It's almost like they pulled somebody real quick. It's like, all right, we're just gonna grab her and give us our guy back. There you go. You know,
this shit's crazy. Hey, so So how do your fans?
Good. All right, let's go.
Hey, how do your fans watch this this hardcore boxing event? We're gonna throw the graphic up on the screen, but like, where do they see it?
Oh yeah,
there it is. Look at that thing. That's nice.
Yeah. Hey, I like
pay per view.
Like, dude, I'm Puerto Rican. You gotta put the Puerto Rican flag on there, man. I'm representing my people. I mean, I love my like I said, I love the American mentality. Americanhood is good, rugged individuality. I love it, but I gotta represent Puerto Rico. Nice. There's no love like Puerto Rican love. We're gonna show them what's up. It's a different kind of fight,
So where do we see it? Is it gonna be on their YouTube channel? Is it a pay-per-view? What do we do?
They have their links. I think they have links to their fights. It's a website. I think it's a subscription. I'm gonna be putting all the links where everybody can watch it. But it's I already do have the link, but they have their own website, but they have awesome production, and it's going to be really interesting. And if you're not mentally prepared, I could see people easily getting weak kneed out there. But I'm a game day guy, so I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to love it, and I'm going to give them a hell of a fight out there.
I can't wait to see
love it, man. We can't wait to see you back in there, Elvin. It's been too long since you've been in the bare knuckle arena. Now we're going to see you with some gloves on. Before we let you go, we're going to play a game called Goats on Goats because you're from Goat Combat Agency. We got another goat coming up in a minute. And Goats on Goats, you and Poncho are going to answer some questions here. All you got to do is tell me what the goat is of each category. Here we go. Goat number 1, 80s song.
Shit. I don't know.
Oh, come on.
How does that work?
Just tell me what's the greatest 80s song ever made in your opinion?
The greatest 80s song ever made.
The greatest of all time.
Shit. I don't know. I wear my sunglasses at night. I don't know.
There you go. That's a good one.
That's a good answer.
People know that one.
Number 2.
How about this? Goat cheese, and goat cheese is an acceptable answer.
Goat cheese is good. Man, I love all types of cheese. I really do like all types of cheeses. But you know what? Especially like I tried all types of cheeses, but especially on like hot sandwiches, American cheese. There you
go.
And a lot of stuff.
It's a go-to.
Can't beat it.
It's a go-to. Number 3. Go yo mama joke.
I said your mama's so stupid. She was going to Disney World, and she saw a sign that said Disney World left. And she turned around and went home.
Nice.
Number 4.
Goat Christmas movie.
The one with the kid where he shoots his eye out. The Christmas
Story.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Too easy. Number 5. Go alcoholic beverage.
Oh man, you know what? I like Jack and Coke, man, with a little thing of lime. I'm happy with that no matter where I am. But when I'm in Russia, I'm doing vodka and tonic the whole time I'm there.
All right, number 6.
Goat dad joke.
Shit.
You have a go-to dad joke you use?
You don't have one?
I don't. Man, it's funny. I was just telling random dad jokes.
You know what my dad used to always say? I'd ask him for something, especially around Christmas time. He'd be like, son, I'm so broke, I can't even afford to pay attention.
That's a good one.
Like, damn, dude.
What about this one, Elvin? I've been saying mucho to a lot of my Spanish friends. It means a lot to them.
All right. I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Number 7. Go snack.
Snack? Shit, man. I'll eat anything up, but go snack. Damn, man. You guys just always put me on the spot with these stupid questions.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
What's your go-to snack? Like, if you could snack right now, healthy, not healthy, what would you go for?
Right now?
Yeah, what's always got to be there for you? Like, you know what? I might have this 3-4 times a week if I need a snack, even if it's like an apple or a banana, or like for me, Cheez-Its. I love Cheez-Its.
Well, I have like the Reese's cups, the little mini Reese's cups.
There you go.
Around so I can just throw them in, Sometimes I drink them with milk just randomly. Yeah. I'll do binge those. I'll say those because I like having them around in the freezer. I'm like, oh shit, find one in the bag or something.
Yeah. And you tell yourself you're eating peanut butter, so it's healthy.
Yeah, it's healthy.
All right, go.
Okay, go action movie star.
Dude, you know what? I watched the original what was it? Predator. I forgot how badass the original Predator is, dude. It's so awesome. They have all the quintessential guys, you know, and the
Yep.
scenes, you know, with and the guns. It was so cool. And watching it back, it was pretty cool watching it. That's definitely one of my favorite action movies.
There you go. And number 8, goat breakfast cereal.
Dude, I like Captain Crunch.
Boom.
You know?
Even though it fucks your mouth up.
Yeah, I don't. That's bullshit.
And last one.
Goat Christmas song.
Goat Christmas song. You know what? I was telling my wife she got to play Please Come Home for Christmas on repeat till I come back, you know. By Bon Jovi.
yeah, there you go, man. Dude, Elvin, you're always fun. Thank you for playing along. We can't wait to see you actually throw the gloves on in Moscow, Russia.
It's gonna be fun.
Final words.
You know, guys, you know, I always bring it. It's still gonna be me. It's my style. I have a unique style. You know, I can't do it. The best thing I ever did was go with it. My coaches know it. They know how great I am. And just watch me do work. It's going to be a fun Christmas gift. Tune in, have fun around, you know. And it'll warm you up. If you don't got no fire, you'll be like, oh, yeah, this is nice.
Sweet.
There it is. Elvin Brito making his pro boxing debut December 25th on Christmas Day in Moscow, Russia.
Yeah,
good luck to you, my friend. We can't wait to see it. And we can't wait to see you at Knuckle Mania, man. Mike, got anything else?
Hey, man, we'll see you. I'm looking forward to it. And then we're looking forward to get back in that bare knuckle ring.
You know, if I get stuck out there, just do all the hashtags, you know. Hashtag save Bandido.
Yes, we will. I promise. You know? We'll put together a crew, jump in a helicopter, and we'll come and get your ass.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We'd call up Jack Ryan. We'll get you out of there, man. All right, brother. We'll take it easy, man. Thanks for coming on.
No problem.
Later. Yo, his internet's so much better these days.
I know.
I don't know what's going on, but it's fantastic. Good luck to Elvin Brito in Moscow and on Christmas, making his pro boxing debut. But he's not the only one going out there. He's not the only GOAT combat guy going out there. Our next guest, newly signed to GOAT. You guys know him for his very long tenure at the UFC. He is going to be making his boxing debut in Moscow, Russia, along with Elvin out there. And he's on the show for the second time. And we talked to him 2 years ago. Here he is, smiling Sam Alvey. What's up, brother?
Hey, how you doing, my man? How you doing? Hey. How you feeling tonight?
We're feeling pretty goddamn good. How are you?
I'm feeling good. Hey, and you guys, your information is a little off. I'm not going in Christmas.
Oh,
no, I accepted. They said no. I scared the Russians.
You scared them?
Yeah, last minute too. It surprised me. I got, you get a call and say, hey, Russia needs a 205 ex-UFC fighter for the 25th. So I'm all of that. And then they said, nah, not you. Not you.
Man.
Yeah,
we need a win. We need a win. We're not sending you.
Yeah, that's like the last thing we heard. And we haven't. So today, usually we talk to Scott, maybe once or twice a day. Maybe we text back and forth or something. But we haven't heard anything since the last time we talked to him because, good old work and kids and stuff. And then we came right to the show. And wow, it's kind of poopy news right there. They're not going to let you go over there and knock someone out.
We're working on something for February.
Like bare knuckle?
Yeah, very likely. I want to go that route. I want to bleed. I want to make someone bleed.
Oh man, it's so cool.
Someone's going to make you bleed your own blood, and you're going to make someone else bleed their own blood.
Yes, yeah.
Beautiful.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody. You're saying Russia needed a win, and then they got their win today, and they're like, you know what? We don't need Sam Alvey.
Yeah, good God.
They got their win today in a big way.
Man, they got a big win today.
Yeah. Dude, so Sam, long career in MMA, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
53, 55 fights, something like that.
I'm over 80, but there's only, I think, 53 recorded. I've been fighting for a minute.
You have. And the last little bit of a run in the UFC hasn't been super successful for you, but you're always in the fights. You're always going to split decisions. You're always having rough fights. You finally decided to walk away from MMA and try some new things out. Bare knuckle. Like, what are your thoughts on this sport? Have you been watching it for a while now? The growth of the sport, it's been growing big time, and a lot of big names from MMA are coming over there, and they're doing well. most recently, Chris Camozzi went over there, John Dodson, Ben Rothwell, and now, you sign with Goat and Scott, and he represents a lot of BKFC champion, Arnold Adams and Elvin Brito and whatnot. What got your interest sparked here, man?
Yeah, so the BKFC, I grew up and I'm a huge WWE fan. I love wrestling. That would be like my ideal career choices to go out there and stun Stone Cold. BKFC, they have adopted this almost relationship with the style of communication the fighters have with the audience, and I've just fallen in love with it. They have hooked me, hook, line, and sinker. And to be able to get that microphone and say whatever I want, whenever I want, and have them encourage it, really gives me the opportunity to shine.
It's funny you say that, because I just, Mike and I are still full-time in the military, and somebody who, I can't even remember who it was, but it was one of the soldiers in my unit, comes over and he's like, man, I'm really starting to get into BKFC. Like, and it was somebody that, like, I don't normally talk to about it, but they know we do the show and they know we go to all the events. And they're like, you know what I like about it? They don't censor anybody in the lead ups, in the pre-fights, in the post-fights. They just let them do their thing and they let them be themselves. And I really, really love that. Not to mention the fights, but that was what specifically they pointed out. They were like, I love the fact that they don't curb these guys at all. And I'm like, that is pretty cool.
I've seen 2 or 3 times, like, the champion wins their belt, and then while the champion is just getting that belt, and they bring the next challenger in the cage with them at the same time, and they're shoving each other. That one gal won, and then she flashed the audience.
Yes, Ty Emery.
Just, you don't know what's coming next. You don't know what line they're going to try and cross, or the athletes are going to do. And then the fights are a ton of fun. I mean, MMA fans have gotten a little snobby. Like, they want to see fighters be safe and all that. Bare knuckle is safe. It's safer than MMA, at least by the stats, but there's a lot more blood, and everybody loves seeing blood.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. You just mentioned Ty Emery, who flashed the crowd at BKFC Thailand 3. She was on the show last week, and guess what? I flashed her on the show.
Oh my goodness.
Huh? It was fantastic. And
it was pasty. It was definitely
it was very pasty and hairy, but she did act like she was licking my nipple, so I got a virtual nipple lick. So that was great. Yeah.
And
not bragging.
And then she fights actually this weekend on BKFC Asia 4. They used to be BKFC Thailand, but now they're going Asia wide, so it's not just Thailand, it's BKFC Asia. Okay. And their 4th event is this weekend, and she is the co-main event against a girl named Po Denman, who Po Denman has a fucking ton more experience than Ty Emery, but Ty Emery's a former professional football player and like a world-class athlete, and she did have a nice walk-off knockout and a boob flash in the last one. We tried to maybe coax her into mooning the crowd this time with Mike on one cheek and Mish on the other.
That seemed like a good idea.
I like second, and if she's watching right now, I encourage you to do
it. Yeah, man. So we planned on talking to you about going out to Moscow and everything, and that's kind of a bummer that you're not going, and I'm sorry to hear about that. But now that you are, away from the UFC and you're what do you call it? Sorting out your options here. Like you're trying to figure out what you're going to do with yourself. If they did like call you up and offer you like January, which is only a month away, would you take a bare knuckle fight in a month, or you need a little time to train on it?
I didn't have time to train for the 25th. I mean, my last fight, I broke my jaw. So my training I've been lifting a ton of weights and grappling when I can, but I haven't really been able to spar. This fight came and said, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. And then they didn't accept. They should have accepted, but they didn't accept. So I'm a guy, I take a fight, whether I should or shouldn't. I love fighting more than anyone in the sport to this day. So they want me the 25th. I say yes. They want me on the 15th. Sure. They want me in February. I'm in. Just send me the contract. Let me sign in the dotted line, and don't put me in jail.
205 would be your weight class in bare knuckle, or would you want to go maybe heavyweight? Like, would you want to stick around 205?
Oh man. No, I'll fight wherever anyone wants me. When I was talking to the BKFC, I said, listen, leave me at 85 or 75. 75 I probably can't do, but 85 I'll get there again. If you want me 205, I'm there. Heavyweight, I'd be willing to step in, but them heavyweights are huge.
Yeah, they're big.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm a big guy, but I'm making myself a competitive 205. To make myself a competitive heavyweight, I'd have to eat more.
Yeah, the reason why I was asking you that is because, like the lifelong 185ers from the UFC, like Kamosi and Alan Belcher and these guys, they're like comfortably walking around at 230, 235 nowadays. And they're, Alan Belcher is fighting at he weighs in at 220 and fights heavyweight guys that are 265.
He's the number one contender right now.
He's number one contender at heavyweight. Belcher's a fucking monster. But Kamosi, we just talked to him a couple months ago when he fought in Denver, and he said he walks around 225, 230, cuts to 205, and he feels pretty comfortable at 205. I don't know what you're doing with yourself nowadays now.
Yeah, I walk around between 230 and 240, but I always have. I just cut down to 185.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's always been a big cut, but I've always been able to do it. This last cut damn near killed me. This last cut I did at 85. It was a hard one. But I made it. Oh man, I made it. And so I said, you know what, screw it. I'm not getting any younger. I'll go up to 205, and I'm still willing to go to 85. I know how hard it is, but I could get back there if I needed to. But I'm really dedicated myself to the weight room, and then as much jiu-jitsu as I can get. If boxing's the way it's going to go, I'm going to switch from jiu-jitsu to a lot more boxing. I'm just getting ready for whatever's next, and I know ideally I'd be at 205 to heavyweight.
You're still training. You said you're still training jiu-jitsu a lot right now. Would you do like?
My jaw's been broken.
Oh, you're true.
Yeah, I couldn't train boxing really.
You ever look into like? Is Chael still doing the submission undergrounds and stuff like that? Or would you ever want to do one of those?
They don't pay enough for me to go out there and get beat up in jiu-jitsu.
Okay, understood.
Yeah. I'd be willing to do it, but I also know Gordon Ryan would eat me for breakfast.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna say you don't get paid enough unless you're like Gordon Ryan.
Yeah.
That dude's making millions of dollars rolling.
Yeah, I like jiu-jitsu. I can roll with just about anyone, but I'm not a jiu-jitsu guy. Although this 2 day, what day is today? Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm doing a 32-man jiu-jitsu tournament here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I just kind of threw my name in there, and we'll see what happens.
I think I saw you post something about that either today or yesterday or something like that. You said December 10th. I'll see you this weekend.
Yeah, it was probably last week, but yeah, I'm getting ready. I probably should have posted more about it, but yeah, my post tomorrow will be all about it. Yeah, I'm competing at 32-man jiu-jitsu tournament. It'll be a lot. It's an open weight class, so it'll be guys bigger, smaller than me. Most of them will be black belts. I'm almost a black belt. I'm a brown belt, but yeah, I'll go out there and give it the old college try.
So we have a question here in the comments, and I was going to ask you something similar to this. Going back to the bare knuckle world, have you been following the sport and really watching it and coming up with some favorite fighters and stuff like that, or any favorite matches that you've seen?
It's hard, yes, but it's hard because a lot of the guys that have gone over from the UFC, I'm friends with, or I'm at least chummy with, and so immediately I'm favoring those guys.
Yeah,
sure. Mike Perry and we get along real well, and so when he got to fight Michael Venom Page, which is I was pumped for that fight.
Yes,
that was. I mean, I tuned in for that.
I couldn't believe that when they announced that fight, it blew my mind. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't see it coming, and then Perry won. And I mean, even I'm a Perry fan. And I'm not a Venom Page fan. I just thought stylistically, Page was going to win. But I guess you take away the kicks and you take away some of that movement he's able to do. Perry was able to find his rhythm.
Yeah, it's good for a gritty fighters do pretty well. You know, he's decent. He's a decent stand-up guy. He can swing with the best of them, and he's a gritty guy. He's a guy that's hard to put away.
Yeah.
He really is.
Oh, he's a warrior for sure. And how did you like the fact that they have a sudden death round when it goes to a draw in a main event in BKFC? If it's a main event or a title fight and it goes to a draw, there is no draw. They fight a 6th round sudden death. How fucking cool is that?
That's pretty. It's tight. I mean, it's the way it should be. There aren't many, in MMA. There aren't many draws. I think I'm one of the very few of them. But to be able to go to a sudden death, that's it's needed.
Right. It's like the Tough House rules, right? It's like they in the Tough House. It's 2 rounds, and if needed, they go to a 3rd, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I fought in Russia 16 years ago, or years ago, a long time ago, and it was 2 rounds unless it went to a decision, unless it was a draw, and then you get a 3rd round. So I won in the 3rd round 17 years ago.
That's fucking cool. I really think that I feel like if BKFC really wanted to set themselves apart from other combat sports, they should never have a draw. There should always be that. It shouldn't just be for main events in title fights. No draws. We go to a sudden death, and if they don't finish it in the 6th, we go to a 7th, and if they don't finish it in the 7th, we go to an 8th. You know what I mean? That would be fucking fantastic. It'd be fantastic. Are you familiar with Juggernaut Hunt? He is the 205-pound champion right now.
Sounds real familiar, but I can't say I've seen him fight.
No,
yeah,
you should check him out.
The 205 and the 185, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll go take those belts from him.
he's actually the guy. He's like on a collision course to fight. Are you familiar with Mike Richmond?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've seen Mike recently, but the dude is a monster. He's no longer the lightweight featherweight fighter that he used to be.
Yeah.
He walks around like this, and he is the interim 185-pound champion, and he's about to. They haven't announced it yet, but I'm pretty sure in February, Knucklemania 3, probably they're going to be unifying those 2 belts, Juggernaut versus Mike Richmond, and it should be a banger. You should check those 2 guys out.
Yeah, I'll look into it.
Or be on their undercard, right?
Yeah, bam.
It could be the co-main event. Yeah.
It might.
Maybe looking at the.
Well, like I said, I think I'm going to Russia in February.
Yeah. That would the time wouldn't line up. So, yeah, man. Well, welcome back to the show. When Scott told me that you were coming along with him into GOAT, we were surprised, one, but then I was like, oh, we should get him back on the show. And you had come on the show once before, 2 years ago. Almost not to the day, but like 2 weeks
Close.
from now.
Yeah.
It was December 2020. You came on. It was just me and you talking. We were shooting the shit. And I'm like, man, how funny is that? Like 2 years later, Scott's like, hey, I got Sam Alvey. I'm like, hell fucking yeah, man.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, thanks for having me back on, guys. It's been too long.
Yeah. Now since you signed with GOAT Combat Agency, and we were just talking to the man over there at GOAT, Elvin Brito. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but Elvin is the former 165-pound champ for BKFC. We played a game called Goats on Goats, and we're going to play a game called Goats on Goats Part 2.
Part 2.
You know what that's from?
No.
Oh, dude, there was a movie called Hot Shots back in the day with Charlie Sheen. They spoofed like Rambo and Top Gun.
Yeah, I've seen it, but it's been a long time.
Yeah. Then
Part
it came
2.
out with Hot Shots Part 2.
Part 2.
And he had like a rooster bow and arrow and shit. It's like a stupid, funny, like a scary movie type of.
It was before. It was what Scary Movie was based on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's all the style. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. So here we go. Our first question for you: what is the GOAT Saturday morning cartoon?
It's Dragon Ball Z, but that's really it's an unfair question because you can watch that at any day,
any day,
any morning or Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z number 2.
Christmas character?
John McClane.
That's the fuck. I thought I did not even see that one coming, man.
Nope, I
I
didn't
was thinking
either,
like
but-
Santa, Frosty, Rudolph, John McClane. Fucking
So-
great answer.
Just to go off, not really off topic, but out of this.
Yes, it's a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie.
Look at this. So basically, check this out. Bonus is Die Hard a Christmas movie. You've answered it already, so we'll take
Yes.
that off the screen.
That's phenomenal.
I actually have a running tally in our shop at work for Christmas. And like probably at this point, we've got like 150 people to weigh in on it. And it is so lopsided. I think we have 12 people that said it's not.
If,
And out of 150.
if Kevin McAllister, Home Alone is a Christmas movie, Die Hard is a Christmas. It's the same damn movie. It's a Die Hard, someone dies.
That's so good. You know what? And it's funny because the other day, somebody at work was like, if you just took the fact that it was a Christmas party out of Die Hard, it'd be the same exact movie. And we were like, if you took the fact that it was a Christmas vacation out of Home Alone and they were just going on a family vacation, it's the same movie.
Right.
So, boom, you're right on it.
Uh.
All right, number 3. What is the GOAT 90s grunge band?
What's that Irish band that I used to hear constantly? It's whatever that band is called.
Irish band, like in the 90s, the Cranberries?
No, are they Irish?
I don't know.
I think so.
No, it's what the hell's it's called? There's an Irish band. I can think of the song, but it's kind of grunge, so you can't sing it. You just kind of scream rhythmically.
Is it Rammstein? That's
No,
German.
No, they're German.
That's German.
Yeah, they're
And that's
German.
like is that 90s? I don't know,
You
maybe it
too?
is.
Is it you too? They're not they're not
Yeah,
grunge.
the Cranberries
U2.
were from Limerick, Ireland.
Wow, look at you, Mike. Smart guy. Well, most people would say Nirvana or Pearl Jam or Soundgarden, but we're gonna go with the Irish band of
I'm gonna try to figure that out.
I'm gonna remember what they're called too. They were wonderful. I loved them. They were great.
We gotta find that
I
out.
have an Irish grunge to them.
Number 4.
Goat Coffee Shop. What's the best coffee place?
Well, I'd say Black Rifle as far as best coffee, but coffee place Dunkin' is way better than Starbucks.
Okay, Dunkin'.
We're New England
America
guys.
runs on Dunkin'.
Yeah.
You know that we're Dunkin' heads up in New England. Not Mike so much. He's kind of bougie.
Every 20 feet, there's a Dunkin' over here. So,
Yep. Number 5. This is a tough one. Who is the GOAT SNL cast member?
Yeah, I'll same Steve Martin. I love Steve Martin. To this day, I still love Steve Martin. I'll watch
Good
anything.
choice.
I've been to his comedy shows. He plays the banjo. That gives him bonus points. So Steve Martin.
Isn't it like insane when
choice.
you
Very good choice.
when you go through that question right there and you got Farley and you got Eddie Murphy and you got Adam Sandler and Will Ferrell and Dan Aykroyd. It's really insane to like pinpoint the answer to that question, but
Yeah.
Steve Martin's a great answer.
It is great.
What's kind of funny is everyone on your list there was before the year 2000. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that tells
yeah.
you something. There's nobody from the last 22 years that could crack that list.
Nope.
I mean,
I was
the
saying that earlier.
only one that may crack into like a top 10 list would be Will Ferrell, probably, and he's in the 2000s, right?
Yeah, but he started in like 97,
Did
98.
he? Nah. And that Mike said that Mike goes, what happened to them? What happened to SNL? And then he answered his own question. He was like, what was it?
That's exactly what I said. I said they got woke and they went broke. They're basically on a collision course with not being on TV soon.
Yeah.
So
I heard an interesting thing about it. So back in the day, if you were a comedian before the internet, SNL was how you get seen. There was no other way.
Yeah.
So now internet, SNL doesn't pay that well. And if you're funny, you can do it yourself on a YouTube channel. Or because every service has there's 10,000 streaming services. There are 1,000 different places for you to get heard. Yeah. So the good comedians don't have to go to SNL anymore. So I also heard that.
Oh man, hey, people in the comments, Norm Macdonald was brought up.
Yeah.
He's up there.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Norm Macdonald, and then you go all the way back to the early 90s. You got Mike Myers and Dana Carvey, and you got David Spade and Kevin Nealon. You got all these fucking great guys back in the fantastic back in the day. They suck now. Number 6.
Go NFL quarterback.
Brett Favre.
Ooh, we're gonna hang up on you now.
Good one, but yep, we're gonna have to leave.
Greatest of all times.
Yeah, I mean, he's the toughest of all time, that's for sure.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
And he's got the one record no one will ever break. Every record's meant to be breaking. Nobody will ever.
Interceptions thrown.
What is it?
No, that'll get broken. That'll get broken. I hope it gets broken. No, most consecutive starts.
Oh, is that what he has? Most.
Yeah, and he's right. I think Peyton Manning was number 2, and there were 100 games between the two of them.
Well, Favre was a damn Terminator, man. That dude. Remember the Bounty Gate game against the Saints when he was on the Vikings, and it came up with Bounty Gate. Like the Saints it was like $10,000 bonus for whoever knocks him out of the game or whatever. And they took dirty shot after dirty shot, and then he posted his leg a couple days after the game, and his whole leg was purple, but he never left the game. The dude's
unbelievable.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Damn animal. I love that answer. Number 7, go late night talk show host.
Space Ghost.
Who is
Space Ghost? Coast to coast.
Coast, baby.
I don't even know what that is.
Very nice. Very nice.
It's a cartoon show in Comedy Central, not comedy, Cartoon Network.
Oh, cartoon, Adult Swim.
Yes.
Yeah, funny.
Back in the day, though, like this is Adult Swim midnight, like 1 o'clock in the morning. My brother used to tape every episode. I actually have a VHS tape here with Space Ghost on it, right in the next room. Yep, still have it.
Yeah.
Do you have a VCR that can play it?
Yes, I do. I bought it at Savers because I found a bunch of VHS tapes and I knew like birthdays and Christmases were on there. And so I went to Savers, which is kind of like a Goodwill. And I was like, because I was like, where the hell can I get a fucking VHS around here? So I went in there. You go to the back. There was like a Samsung DVD and VHS player with the remote still in like freaking pristine condition. $11. That's it. So, fucking hell yeah, I got it.
That's great, man.
Got to fix the tracking on it and shit. Like I forgot that there was tracking. I forgot about it. So I put in the tape and it's like all friggin' nuts. And I was like, oh man, the fucking tape is all messed up. So I'm like looking at it. I'm like looking at the buttons and I was like, oh my God, tracking. And I hold the button and it starts rolling up the screen. And I got it like just to the top. So it was a little bit in there. And I was like, holy shit, I forgot about this.
That's freaking great, man.
Yeah.
All right, number 8.
Goat Christmas movie.
It's A Christmas Story. Yeah, there's not a close second even. I mean, there's other good ones, but Christmas Story is just. I don't think I've watched any movie ever as many times as I've watched that. It's on. It still does the 24 hours on Christmas on PBS.
Yeah.
I probably watch it 6 times a year, just back to back to back.
Yeah, because it's on the TV all day long, no matter what. You just turn the TV on and leave it on all day.
Yeah,
it's the one movie it is good for all ages and it's very old. So it's kind of crazy how well it moves into every generation, but people still love it. And it's pure Christmas. Like it's all about Christmas.
It's just wonderful. Yeah. I love it.
I just watched the new one where they brought back. Like,
I don't want to watch it because I don't want to ruin anything.
Listen, it's not terrible, but it's not even close to the real thing at all. But it is kind of cool because they have Ralphie and Flick and like all the same actors that were kids are in the movie as adults.
That is cool.
It is pretty cool. Number 9, GOAT MMA fight. I'm curious to see what you say.
Yeah, Clay Guida versus Roger Huerta.
Ooh, quick answer.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that was really quick.
Yeah, I get asked the question often enough, and it's such a. I mean, people don't know that fight. The MMA has grown so much since that fight has happened. People don't know it. The fight's incredible.
Clay Guida is incredible.
Yes.
Unlike the top 5 best fights of all time, he's in like 3 of them. And Diego Sanchez is in the other 2.
Oh my God. The dude is an absolute maniac. And he just won the other night. Like, right? Didn't he fight last Saturday on the undercard?
Yeah.
Yes.
And he won, right?
And he won.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
And he was burping in between rounds, and his
didn't even
coach
know
was
he
slapping
fought.
him in the face.
Yeah.
It was like he was Clay Guida of 20 years ago. Still, this
With a
past
little
Saturday
less
night,
hair.
yeah, a little less hair. He doesn't have the long hair no more, but he was still burping in between rounds and doing his damn
Yeah.
thing. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
and,
he beat Scott Holtzman by decision. Yep.
Oh wow.
And on that same card, man, Sam, if you didn't see Saturday night's card where Wonder Boy fought Kevin Holland in the main event, that fight was fantastic.
Yeah.
But on the undercard, you got to watch Darren Elkins and how much.
Saw the post-fight photo of him just bleeding everywhere.
Oh my God. I like this buckets. This dude was just pouring blood everywhere. It was like,
wouldn't it be cool if you could measure the amount of blood that people lose in these fights? Because some people lose so much blood in every fight. It's like, damn, that guy's lost 12 pints of blood fighting. He holds the record, you know?
No, it was like the undercard of that event the other night was so cool because there was a lot of very well-known veteran fighters in there, like Elkins and Guida and Angie Overkill was on that undercard, and there was a couple other ones that I was just like, man, they like stacked the undercard, the prelims, with like a whole bunch. Oh, Michael Johnson got another win in there.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it. Good.
It was just like they loaded it up with veterans. Rafael Dos Anjos in the co-main. Yeah. It was just like it was a great event the other night. I will give them props on that one. Last question for you before we go.
Goat Christmas memory.
Oh, the goat Christmas. See, I've spent my life getting hit in the face. My memories. It might not be great, but it's very strong. When I was younger, I remember this one year, and I don't remember how old I was, but for the life of me, I could not fall asleep like the night before. And I remember being just so upset with myself, I was just up all night. And it got to the point I wasn't even excited about Christmas anymore. I just wanted to sleep. But I remember I laid awake for another 2 or 3 hours just trying to fall asleep. And I kind of wish I'd forget that memory because that was one sleepless. I guess it is probably one of my stronger Christmas memories. It was just lying in bed trying. My older brother, who didn't live with us because he was, I don't know, 20 or something, over 20, he was sleeping on the bunk bed below me, and my younger brother was on the ground floor, so I was up top. And yeah, and I remember everything and the snoring and the sleeping, and I just couldn't sleep.
You didn't try to go capture Santa since you couldn't?
No, not me. You catch Santa, he takes his presents back.
Don't want that to happen. Hell no.
Man, it's fun talking to you, Sam, as always. Dude, it's exciting to hear that you're going on to try other things, glove boxing, bare knuckle boxing, whatever it may be next. You know, us as combat sports fans, we're going to be excited to see you get in there. If it's February in Russia, if it's February in a BKFC ring, if it's whatever, we're excited to see where you go from here. If you want to say a few things and tell us what to tune into, the floor is yours.
I'm one of those lame adults that do TikTok. I love TikTok. And it's keep your kids off it because it's a terrible place for children. But for adults, I mean, keep your kids off TikTok, guys. But actually, I probably shouldn't be on it either. But I have so much fun on TikTok. I got a pretty good following there too. I think I'm getting real close to 200,000 people.
Yeah, yeah.
I've always been a fighter that I understand that my profession is behind the curtain of it's behind a curtain of a sport people love, and I try and do everything I can to answer questions, communicate with the fans of the sport, because I realize I wouldn't have a job if it weren't for the fans of this sport. So follow me on TikTok, and I'll do the best I can to answer whatever you have, or communicate with you about anything you want to know in the world of MMA or now bare knuckle boxing.
Nice.
There
we got it down below. Smiling Sam.
Yes, sir.
TikTok.
Yeah, it's going across the bottom there. Everybody follow him on all of his platforms, and hopefully we see you soon in a ring.
Yes, in a ring. I'll be somewhere.
All right, buddy. All right. Good luck this weekend in the jiu-jitsu tournament, and we'll talk to you down the road.
All right, we'll talk to you again, guys. Have a good night. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You too. Merry Christmas. See ya. Bye. There he is, smiling Sam Alvey. Good dude, man. He's a fun guy. And fun. Man, 200,000 on TikTok. That's not bad. He's doing all right for himself.
He's
And you
getting
know
up
what? He
there with
says
the
keep your
TikTok.
kids off TikTok. It's not just keep your kids off TikTok. Mike and I found ourselves in a TikTok rabbit hole yesterday watching that dude that does everything in hyperactive speed.
Oh my God. What's that guy's name? Share his name because it's good enough to get everyone to not go to TikTok. That's what we're trying to do. Don't go to TikTok, but look this guy up real quick before you stop going to TikTok, right?
Hold on. I'm gonna find his name right now.
This guy,
dude.
right? I remember first seeing his videos where he does everything fast. And it's like, what if everybody...
His name is Daniel Labelle, Labelle. Daniel Labelle.
So he does these things wherever, like he came out with a video cleaning the house as fast as you can, or if everyone cleaned their house as fast as they could. And he does all these crazy, ridiculous shit. And it's like a 1 minute friggin' video or 30 seconds. And he's cleaning the house like a maniac, like running as fast as he can, just taking shit out. It's just so fucking
vacuuming.
Funny. But I'm thinking to myself, like when I first saw him, I was like, this is really funny. And he's got a couple of things at that time that he did, but I'm like, how could he keep this going? Well, I'm going to tell you what, he has kept it going for over a year at this point.
You know,
he did the funniest fucking things.
He did one the other day. He did Home Alone, the movie. Him and his buddy reenacted the movie in fast speed. And it is so friggin' funny, dude. The iron, the pearl beads on the ground, the freaking water in the bird seed and the birds, like it's just so funny. And then like he does the one where he's running down the street in different kinds of shoes.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Just
size 20 shoes, pom-poms,
ski boots,
Kleenex
flippers, Kleenex boxes, high heel shoes.
He's nuts, man.
It's really funny.
I love the house cleaning and anything that has to do with inside the house, because the way he jumps around and runs up and down the stairs and makes the bed, like he grabs the covers and jumps over the whole bed and it fucking perfectly makes the bed in like a half a second.
Yeah, Mike was like, man, I wonder how many takes it takes to get these right, and how bad he fucks himself up doing these things.
He must really fuck himself up bad. Like, he's hit his knee on like the corner of a wall, or stubbed his toe on a bed or an end table so hard because he's moving fast. When you're just walking at like half a sleep speed in your house and you
like
bang
clip your toe on something
and it feels like you loaded up a kick, like you were fucking like Anderson Silva against Chris Weidman, and you fucking kicked the table, but really you barely moved your foot and your toe broke. You're like, you're screaming and your toe hurts for a week. Imagine running as fast as you can and kicking something. I can't even. Does your toe come out the back of your fucking heel?
God.
Come on.
It's worth looking up on TikTok for sure. We have something that we need to announce for our buddies over at Slaughterhouse, right? We got our Slaughterhouse is going to be having tryouts, bare knuckle tryouts. Here we go. On December 17th for a couple hours at KO Zone. You guys know what Slaughterhouse is producing as far as fighters go. Two of those are on the screen right now. Brian El Gallo Duran and Gogo Silveski are two of them. But, they had Fames on display the other night. They got Glendale Futrell that was in that fight with Fames. They got the Beltrans. They got Jeremy Smith.
Did you say HD already?
I didn't say HD. I didn't say Jared Grant. I mean, they got Rambo. They got Vinny Torriello. They got a squad, man.
Yep.
And they're looking to build on that. So, if you're in the area down in Miami and you want to make a run, you want to take the gloves off and try out and become, get on one of the strongest teams out there.
Yeah.
Swing by KO Zone and
try out.
Yeah, throw your name in the hat, man.
Also, Yuli Diaz is going to be there too.
Yuli will be there.
Head down there.
So you'll have a chance to do a little training with Gogo and El Gallo, and Yuli Diaz will also be in the house, and of course the cheat code himself, Ryan
Jeremy
Perez,
Smith,
is putting that thing on. So
Big Ben says Jeremy Smith. Yes, Jeremy Smith is also Slaughterhouse. So
I said him. I did say him.
Oh, did you? See,
you some of my bitches. But also, hey, dude, the same weekend, if you're not in Miami,
Yep.
If you're not in Miami, if you happen to be out in Las Vegas and
East
you want to
Coast,
try out for the BKFC, not just Slaughterhouse, BKFC Las Vegas tryouts, December 16th and 17th at Mr. Olympia, man. Mike and I had planned on going out there. Unfortunately, we cannot any longer, but
yeah, it's wicked sad story.
yeah, if you're in the West Coast, if you're in the West Coast and you want to try out for bare knuckle, head to Vegas. You're in the East Coast, head to Miami. That weekend is all about finding new bare knuckle talent. We love it, man. Keep growing this sport.
The next bare knuckle champion could be you.
Could be you. Of course, you seen me with the shirt on. You seen Mike with the shirt on. I'm going to throw their ad up here real quick. Guerrilla Warfare Apparel. They're helping us out. They're helping a lot of these fighters out. Help yourselves out. Buy yourself some Christmas shit. Buy a hoodie for your loved one. Use Mike and Mish promo code. Get 15% off. Look at that beautiful thing. And last but not least, Norcom Mortgage. Hit up Norcom Mortgage. Hit up Michael Mish. You need money. You need loans. You need conforming loans. I still don't know what that means, but Mike knows how to get them for you. And
That's
the limit's like $726,000 right now. So
and you don't have to live in Rhode Island or Connecticut. Nope. He is licensed in 38 states. So give him a call. He wants you to call him and ask him some questions. I don't know why we still haven't put the damn phone number in here, because, you know, we have the video and we play it.
Norcom Mortgage and Michael Mish are delivering the American dream to those who serve America, helping veterans obtain the dream of home ownership. They offer programs that include no money down, no first-time homebuyer requirement, 100% cash-out refinances, rehab loans. They can help you purchase a home, purchase a condo, refinance an existing mortgage, create a dream home with rehab loan. To learn more, visit www.michaelmish.norcommortgage.com or call 860-884-2103. Damn,
love every
finance voice. What? Hey, what's up?
Dude, so hit up Michael Mish at norcommortgage.com and tune into us next Wednesday when we are joined by two more fucking badass fighters. Tony Loco Soto is going to be stopping in and chopping it up with us before we end the year. And then Jomi Escoboza will be on the show. And Jomi is on that hardcore boxing event.
Yeah, unless he's not anymore.
Maybe he's the 205er that they were looking for. I don't know, man. Jomi Escoboza will be on the hardcore boxing event with Elvin Brito out there in Moscow. So tune in next Wednesday when we talk to Tony Soto and Jomi. And with that said, guess what Mike and I have this weekend? Just go ahead and guess.
It's take drill. A wild guess.
Yeah, it's a goddamn drill weekend for us Army boys. I feel like every other weekend it is, and it's really starting to get old for us. I feel like we.
Yep, blood pressure just went up a little bit.
Blood pressure just went up. All right, man. Well, shout out to Elvin Brito for coming on tonight. We always love talking to him, and thank you to Sam Alvey for popping in. We hope to see both of them in the ring soon. And with that said, Mike, what do you got to say?
Peace.